Options for managing rain when selecting a retractable roof house. When choosing a house model and roof covering for a retractable roof greenhouse or cooling house, one of the critical factors is to determine how to manage rain when considering the local climate conditions, crop requirements, and house design options. To determine which house model and roof covering is optimal, one needs to consider 1. The potential damage to the leaves, flower, and fruit from the impact of a hard rain. 2. The consequence of the entire plant getting wet, or just a portion of the plant getting wet. 3. The typical duration of the rainfall. Does it rain typically for several hours at a time, or does it rain continuously for many days in a row? 4. Does it rain frequently during the harvest season when damage to the harvest would be greater? 5. The consequence of the soil getting saturated from a long, heavy rain. How fast does the soil drain the rainwater? Does the soil contain more clay or sand? Could excessive soil moisture cause fruit splitting? There are 3 different options for how to manage rain when using a retractable roof house. 1. A peaked roof A-frame, rafter, and X-frame house that can shed rain to a gutter system. 2. A flat roof with a coated retractable roof covering that has drainage holes pre-punched into the covering on a grid pattern, allowing rain to pass only where there is a drainage slit. And 3, a flat roof with a non-coated roof covering, which prevents the plant from exposure to the impact of a hard rain, but where the rain percolates through the woven roof covering, resulting in the complete plant canopy becoming wet. When selecting a peaked roof house, it is critical to be able to ventilate when it's raining. This can be done either by opening the perimeter walls, or if the house is larger than 1 hectare, then by installing a rain canopy on every 5th or 6th house. The house that has a rain canopy installed will only close 95% when it is raining to allow ventilation, and the rain canopy will collect the rain that comes through the 5% opening in the roof. When using a flat roof with a coated retractable roof covering, the drainage slits are centered between every set of 4 roof suspension hooks, so the drainage pattern will typically be located 45 centimeters apart in the direction of the black reinforcing tapes and 66 centimeters apart in the other direction. If the roof will not be exposed frequently to high winds, or there is no risk of hail accumulation on the roof when it is closed, then the grid pattern can be increased to 80 centimeters or 1 meter by 45 centimeters. When designing the crop spacing inside, one option is to space the crop rows so that they are located between the drip lines. When using the flat roof with a non-coated roof covering, the rain percolates through the woven roof covering, resulting in the entire crop canopy becoming wet. When the rain has stopped, the roof will automatically retract to allow the plants to dry off and the soil to dry out. While it is always desirable to be able to keep rain off the plants, not every crop can support the higher investment in a peaked roof house, so growers sometimes need to choose a retractable flat roof house. But to do so, they need to minimize the negative consequences of excessive water in the soil after a heavy rain. There are 4 strategies which can help prevent damage to the plant due to the volume of water reaching the ground. 1. Grow crops in containers, since water can quickly drain from a pot or bag. 2. Ground can be sloped to allow for fast drainage. 3. Beds can be built up to keep rain away from the root systems. And 4. Underground drainage can be installed to accelerate removal of the accumulated rain in the soil.